Okay, we've already talked about the app, and John mentioned about the pod. Well, we're going to have a look now. I've got my Valarea app running, and we're going to look at rooms and how the rooms integrates to form a collaborative solution for that hybrid work, where we could be working within an office environment, but also colleagues at home that need to actually collaborate with us directly in the office. So I'm just going to launch a room that I have set up, and I'm going to enter that room. And similar to what happened to John, I've got a little screen with my content on, but I'm going to search for the room pod. And as I search for the room pod, then that just scans in. I'm now signed in, and what will automatically happen, the content that I have on my phone will come across directly to the canvas of the Valarea software. Because I'm at the board, I can just put my phone down and I can concentrate working on the room system. We've been talking then about a hybrid solution, and what does that mean? Well, I'm just going to have a quick look through a PDF document that I've put in just to try and find a little bit more information about that. What does it mean as far as visitors to the office and desks? Well, I have a little note here that 40%, that's the average occupancy of desks. So I might just want to take a note of that, but I can also develop that idea. And because I want to use that note later on, I'm going to extract it from the PDF that I'm running and capture that onto my board as a reminder note. We could then be looking at a solution. Is there a solution to satisfy a desk booking? Well, yes. And if I browse another document that I have loaded, then we could find a solution in a GoBright. So I'm now going to area capture. And again, we could now be working. Not only have we got a problem that we need to solve, we've now got an area of a solution that we can start to work with as well. Because we want this to be a collaborative aspect though, we need our colleagues that are working from home to be able to join us. So I can load up the participants and I can select John to be able to write on this canvas at the same time. So if John now wants to add something in, as far as that note's concerned, we should be able to do that. Okay, great contribution. Let's take this a stage further though. If we want to look at activity-based working instead, so we may have an office environment, we need to remodel that office environment. And in this case, we could be looking at a section of desks where we've got 8 desks. We know that needs to work a little bit differently for us. So let's have a discussion around the types of desks that we might have and chairs we might have. So by going into my folder structure, and again, this is accessing my OneDrive if I wanted to, because it's logged in as me, don't forget, when I did the initial scan. But now I could start to drag out a few potential solutions as far as my seating environment's concerned. And we can start to work with that. But again, Johnny's working remotely. And as Johnny's working remotely, then he might see a solution closer to home, and he can actually scan in a 3D format a chair that he's taken a fancy to.
I like this one.
And as if by magic, we have it. So from there. But it shows the flexibility of this, where we can start to gain 3D objects coming in as part of our whiteboard. We're also then looking at redevelopment for this activity-based working that we provide solutions for. So if we're looking at a meeting room at the bottom corner, then again, we could take that one out. Okay, then we're going to come down And again, I could start to look at our meeting room. We could be discussing the different scenarios of a meeting room, but we know, and we've already heard, that not only is the display important that's at the front, we also need an audio system as well in there, so we can drag out an audio system. So to satisfy our office, and we have different components that we might want to build up and work into that environment.